Hello guys, Nightspectre here, bringing you another League of Legends cast. We're 2 minutes into the game, and for that I am sorry, but I promise nothing has happened yet. Not that I would know of it, because I'm just 2 minutes into the game. See? Kennen had disconnected. I didn't know. Well, now you do. So let's go over the teams quickly, shall we? So, we have an Irelia on top for red team. We have a Kennen in the middle who has disconnected, so we have a Lee Sin in the middle. I was lying. Lee Sin in the middle and in the jungle. And you know what? He's also support and AD caster. And AP as well. He's going for it. Doing a lot of damage on Twisted Fate. Run, Twisted Fate. Run. Run. Oh, a little misflash there. But will it be enough? One more Sonic Wave will get the kill. No, he misses. Ooh, that's a pity indeed. Giving a blue buff to a Twisted Fate who has no laning partner to deal with. This is going to be bad. It's going to be very bad. Let's continue going over the teams then, shall we? We have a Zhao for blue team in the jungler. We have a Draven with a support Nautilus. Everybody, Nautilus, it's been a while since I've seen you. You're such a slow jungler. Maybe that's why I don't see you that often, but you sure have the best crowd control in the game. And he is going to use it, apparently. He's going to do some damage. Weird that Blitzcrank didn't pull him though. Maybe he has disconnected as well. So Nautilus and Draven on the bottom lane. Zhao will be jungling, will be counter jungling apparently because he knows that Lee Sin was having issues with Twisted Fate. Then bottom lane for the red team. I'm sorry, I am confusing everybody. I am actually going to stay here for a while apparently. Not too sure why. Here is Tristana, everybody. Tristana. Yes, she is going to be the AD carry of red team. Now she will have troubles in the early game because she is facing a Draven who is so strong, but she has a Blitzcrank, so it all matters about Blitzcrank landing those hooks, everybody! Oh, missing the jump there, but one more auto attack might have been enough, but they are too scared for the damage of a Draven. Too bad if the Soraka, why do I say Soraka twice for Tristana? Maybe because it ends with an A. If the Tristana waited for the Flash Clans combination of the Draven that he is using there, she might have been able to rocket jump on top of him afterwards and then get the kill. Then again, of course, Flash and Clans has been burned, Sonic Wave has been hit, of course Kennen has returned into the lane, but there is a Zhao as well, and the damage of a Zhao is insane. Flash, audacious charge, one more auto attack will be enough, but it is going to be a wild card. No, oh, poor Lee Sin, he is going to feel so sad right now, because he already gave 2 kills away to his Twisted Fate. My, what a Twisted Fate indeed. Now, Twisted Fate is kind of a gamble character, no pun intended if it's considered a pun, but it is so that Twisted Fate sometimes is really strong if he's able to get ahead in the lane, or he gets really far behind and then he's kind of a useless champion, I might say. Though it's not that big of an issue, like for instance, let's say Fiora. She's a go or die character. If you do not get ahead with her, you pretty much lost the game immediately. That's a very nice grab there, but was it the right person? Considering Nautilus's play, it's not, but there are too many minions for Draven to ignore, and they're doing too much damage as it is, so there was nothing they could do. Some free damage onto the Nautilus, and actually the Draven as well, because he wanted to go for it and tanked a little bit of minion shots there. So now we have a 0-2 to Lee Sin. He is feeling kind of sad. He did manage to buy the Madrid's Gauntlet, so he will be able to jungle just a little bit faster. We shall see. Zhao, however, bought himself a nice little Madrid's as well. So actually, itemization wise, only the boots for Zhao makes it so that he is ahead, which is quite a big thing, though not as big as it used to be, for as you know, in Season 3, boots has been nerfed. As my squeaky chair is making squeaky noises. What a squeaky thing to do. So Tristana and Blitzcrank both went back. Blitzcrank bought himself a Philosopher's Stone, which means early gold per 5. Nice skin you have there. Oh my, Twisted Fate already going in with the ultimate, but it's going to be on top. Irelia trying to turn this around, but you cannot turn this around. This is a Twisted Fate with red buff you're talking about. And of course, Jayce getting the kill. By the way, we have a Jayce on blue team on top. I think I forgot to mention it, but hey, there you have him. A nice little Jayce here. Already has bought himself a tier of the goddess, and you cannot have this early enough. Maybe blue team is going for a poke comp, and I think they most likely will. If they're so far ahead, they will start pushing lanes pretty fast and quickly in order to make it so that they will stay ahead by destroying as many towers as they can. As you can see, thanks to a huge minion wave, Draven was able to do a lot of damage. Kennen trying to run away, one more auto attack and he will die. He will flash away for it though. Wildcards cannot hit from that far of a range, but he had to burn his flash and had to leave his lane again. Kennen of course level 5, considering he disconnected, it wasn't that bad of a deal. But let's be honest, we have a Twisted Fate that is already level 7. And he has teleport destiny, so he can go in every lane pretty much half of the time. His ultimate is now on half the cooldown. He can now use his teleport to go and, well, teleport somewhere and do some amazing damages. He's going to stand on the ward though, you don't want that. If he would have just done some damage onto the middle tower, which is already down to half. Draven now getting caught there by the Blitzcrank. The cleanse won't be enough, and now they're going to turn it around onto the Nautilus. If he's able to use his dredge line, he might be able to get away. 3 seconds remaining. The pull on Blitzcrank, only 2 seconds remaining as well, but there is a Twisted Fate who used his teleport, not going to get the full damage there. Will the wildcards hit? No, it won't. Are they going to turn this around on Blitzcrank? The answer is yes. So a killing spree by Twisted Fate. Irelia almost able to get the kill onto Jayce at the same time. I thought Zhao was going to go for the dragon now because of their lead, but instead they're going to destroy a turret. Not if Twisted Fate can help it. No! Oh, Twisted Fate doesn't have mana, so it's not that bad of an issue. The dredge line will save Twisted Fate. He still has a blue card ready, so that will give him some mana. So Lee Sin needs to get away. Sorry if I called Lee Sin Twisted Fate lately. It's because he has a double name that I'm trying to turn them around in my head. I'm not too sure why. Zhao level 6, Kennen level 6 as well, though a red buff Zhao, he is strong. Of course, a very nice stun used there by the Kennen makes it so that he can back away immediately, which he does. Zhao now going to give blue to Twisted Fate. If Twisted Fate will have blue, his destiny is ready as we speak, so it means a lowered cooldown on destiny if he uses it after he gets blue, of course, or while he has blue, let's say, because if he waits too long, then it's not worth it as well, now is it? Irelia is fairly low, and considering that, yes indeed, we have Twisted Fate going down onto the Irelia. I was going to say, considering that Jayce is very low as well, but stayed in lane, it must mean that Twisted Fate is going to use his destiny. Now, he did use it before he had blue buff, so he won't get the cooldown from blue buff on his destiny just yet. Zhao going to try and steal red from the Lee Sin. Lee Sin will not go into the brush yet. Will his Tempest reveal Zhao? It probably does, because that's what Tempest does. It gives vision in that brush somehow. Will it be a kill? Twisted Fate is running, but his gold card is gone. The wild card's missing. Kennen going in with the ultimate maybe? Yes indeed. It's going to be slicing Maelstrom, getting the kill onto... Oh no! Ooh, the wild cards of Twisted Fate got the kill onto the Lee Sin. I am going to go to the bottom right after this fight here. I'm not too certain if something will become of it. I'm going to stay here just in case. Irelia is now going down, but she is too scared, and she should be. A gold card and she would have died. So I think it is safe for me to now go to the bottom. Or is it? Come on, man. Nice little shock blast there by the Jayce. They will turn it around. Wildcards will turn it around. I thought Jayce would have knocked him out of it, but apparently not. So then, 45 seconds ago, let's go to the bottom lane, shall we? So it was no, it's actually a minute ago that fight happened. Jesus, was I casting that long? So a nice grab there by the Blitzcrank, a very nice ultimate then as well by the Tristana, and she managed to jump in as it should. Now she did it correctly. She didn't waste her jump too fast, but guess what? Will it be enough? Nice dredge line there by Nautilus. So a very good exchange. Will Nautilus be able to... Well, will Blitzcrank be able to get away, because Nautilus wants blood. He's going to do some auto attacks, but the ultimate of Blitzcrank was ready to go, and pop goes the Nautilus, as we are now back to that fight earlier on in the game. So we'll speed it up. I'm going to kill you. Nope, you're not. So that's what happened. And now we're back in regular time. Not really, we're still a little bit behind, but back to where we were at the very least. So we have a 2000 gold lead for blue team, which isn't that bad considering, of course, Twisted Fate managed to get a lot of kills early on in the game, and he still does, so he might still be a factor. He might still be able to increase the gold by way more than 2,500 gold. We shall see. Twisted Lee Sin, see, I'm calling you Twisted Fate, aren't I? Lee Sin is now level 7, so he did manage to close the gap with Zhao by a considerate amount. He even has more minion kills than Zhao. Who would have thunk? Blitzcrank wants to grab, but a nice dodge there by Draven. Now it's probably going to be the Nautilus turning it around. He still has, well, now he used his dredge line. Will it be enough? It probably won't. Now we have Tristana doing a lot of damage onto the Draven, so it's Draven that needs to run away. Does Draven have some lifesteal? He does not. They want to go for the kill onto Tristana, but she used her rocket jump to get away. Twisted Fate teleporting himself to safety. And he managed to steal blue, I think. So great play by Twisted Fate, of course. Destiny is now off cooldown. Though I must say that red team cannot just relieve their stress just yet, because there is a teleport ready to pop after a short period of time. We're going to have a very nice sonic wave there by by Lee Sin. Not too sure why I keep calling him Twisted Fate, but I think Draven will die. Or do they have enough damage? Nope. Dragon Rage will make it so that there's a jump ready to pop, and an amazing timing. The Lee Sin trying to follow the Tristana. I think it will be enough, though according to the Nautilus it is not, and very great play by Nautilus, giving Zhao an easy kill, tanking the turret for a little bit too long. Though I didn't thought the turret would go to Nautilus for that much, so a little bit too many turrets tanked there by Nautilus, I must say. Maybe if Zhao responded a little bit sooner, it might have been a quicker kill and Nautilus wouldn't have sacrificed himself. But blue team will try to turn it around by taking themselves a nice little turret. Or will Blitzcrank be able to do a nice pull onto the Twisted Fate? Question mark? The answer is yes. So a shot down onto the Twisted Fate by the other Twisted Fate, apparently, Lee Sin. So great play indeed. And actually, Twisted Fate wasn't able to steal blue, apparently, for there's still a blue right over here. Aha. Interesting indeed. So now we have Jayce in a lot of trouble. He will just walk away because, of course, the Irelia did all she could. Of course, if her dash is ready to go, she might do a little bit more damage. We shall see. But as it is looking now, Jayce is actually able to turn this around. And because of the fact that Irelia does not have her ultimate, Jayce is in a better spot. And he is pushing because of that. He has yet to buy himself a, I was going to say a Muramana, but it isn't actually the case, because he bought himself a nice little Bilgewater Cutlass, which he uses very correctly indeed, slowing down the Irelia. One more burst of his triple auto attack at full speed will be enough, but oh my, he does it in style. Now we have Draven v the Tristana, baby. Draven trying to do as much damage as he can. Twisted Fate is going in, however, and he is too late to get the assist onto the Tristana. But he should be... No, he's getting blocked by minions, and now the gold card is gone. Nice slow there. No, the slow was dodged by Blitzcrank, but the gold card should be able to hit. No, it's going to be a blue card, followed up by wild cards. The kill, nevertheless, great play indeed. So, yes, as I thought, oh my, Kennen going with the slicing maelstrom onto the Jayce, but Jayce is of course not the weakest character, able to flash away, but oh my, it was still Twisted Fate getting the kill onto the Kennen. Now we have Lee Sin trying to run away, gets rooted to place, not that big of a disgrace. Now, as I wanted to say, the Draven rushed himself a Blade of the Ruined King, which seems to be fairly popular these days. Well, as I said before, health is the prime tank spec, tank stat in this game. So what counters health? Well, Blade of the Ruined King does. So both the Jayce and the Draven have Blade of the Ruined King. So that will be a lot of percentual damage onto your faces. It gives a slow as well, it gives you lifesteal, it gives you everything you need really. I always like the item, and it's kind of good that it's increased in popularities, because it might actually need a nerf. You should try Blade of the Ruined King on a Vi, for instance. It is awesome. It stacks fairly well with Dancing Blows. Just try it out. So then, we are 15 minutes into the game. A dragon has still yet to be taken, but pings are going down for it, so that is good. Jayce is going down to the middle, and Irelia is staying on top. The top turret has been destroyed, as well as the middle, so blue team has quite a good lead and a very good control over the jungle because of that, and the entirety of the map, to be honest. So Dragon will be quite a dangerous feat to catch. A nice, I was going to say a nice grab there, but apparently it was a miss. Tristana jumping away, Blitzcrank sacrificing himself for the greater good. Nope, it's going to be Tristana sacrificing himself for the greater good. Blitzcrank is still alive, but it's not for long at all. Now it's going to be Zhao trying to knock them back, but it will be Lee Sin knocking them back. Twisted Fate with a very nice gold card. Lee Sin will not survive unless he is able to safeguard, but his ally ran away. No way that he could have safeguarded at that range. A very big shield there by Nautilus. Apparently, if you go support Nautilus, you level your shield first. And why not? As a Nautilus, you want to go into the fray, tank as much damage as you want as a support, and then just walk away. Because cool guys don't look at explosions. Draven, however, does. He's going to chase him down. Blade of the Ruined King will slow down the Tristana more than enough. He will now need to heal himself by attacking minions. Of course, Tristana can do grievous wounds onto you, which will reduce your healing. But in the end, it will result in a dragon as well for his team. So great play by Draven nevertheless. This is the League of Draven. We are talking about a 8,000 gold lead at such a short period of time. Now we have the Irelia trying to do something crazy. Will have to use his Transcendent Blades to try and heal. Will it be enough? Jayce is going to do a lot of damage, but now Kennen has arrived. The Shock Blast will not hit. He is trying to get the kill, but Kennen doesn't want any of it. He's going to try and get the kill no matter what, but Irelia was able to get the kill a little bit faster. So great play by Kennen, helping out her ally in need, giving a much needed kill. These are the plays that Red Team needs to do. They need to catch people off guard and try to get as much gold as they can get. Because, I must say, minion-wise, Red Team isn't that far behind. So, the way that they can get a lot of money is just killing the players that got a lot of kills onto them. Which is Twisted Fate, which is Jayce, which will be Draven and Zhao. Pretty much everyone on the enemy team has a bounty on their head by now. So, if they're able to get the kills onto them, Red Team will get a lot of gold because of it. Though of course, Blue Team doesn't only have champion kills, they also get dragon kills and turret kills, and you can't do anything about that now, can you? So for now I must say, great play by Blue Team. Red Team trying what they can to try and stop this, but of course Tristana doesn't have that strong of a mid game as of yet. It's all up to great grabs by Blitzcrank, and well, you have a Nautilus. Twisted Fate going in with the Destiny, however. Draven trying to do a lot of damage with his ultimate, which does pop the barrier of Tristana. Now it's going to be Nautilus with the depth charge. Will it be enough? A nice grab by Blitzcrank, but I don't think that will be enough, son. We have Kennen going in. Of course, he doesn't have Slashing Maelstrom. He did use it earlier on in the game. One Shuriken will be enough, but a nice dance by Twisted Fate will make it so that it gets dodged completely. Now we have Jayce going into the fray from nowhere, I might say. And that's going to be a very nice cleanup by Blue Team. So, as I said, what Red Team needed to do was catch people off guard, which they tried to do, but what they didn't thought is that Blue Team might respond in doing the same thing. So amazing play by Blue Team. They do have more towers destroyed, which will result in them having more map presence as it is. Twisted Fate is just being too much of a bully, almost dying to the blue buff though, but in the end, it worked out just perfectly. So they are going back and buy themselves some nice little items, as they can't. Around this time, they should be considering about doing something. Well, they do have a nice poke comp, so they aren't really in need of Baron yet to try and get results down and try to get objectives. So they should, what Blue Team should do is try and push the middle lane as a whole unit. Maybe Draven isn't needed as much. They have the Shock Blast of Jayce and the wildcards of Twisted Fate, so that should be enough. Though, of course, Blue Team will need to be careful for Blitzcrank, because if they get grabbed by a hook, they will die. They have a Kennen on their team, they have a Lee Sin on their team, who I keep calling Twisted Fate for some apparent reason. Well, once it's in your brain, it will never go away. They have an Irelia as well, which will give a slow. It probably won't be a stun, because of course if you get grabbed by Blitzcrank you will get too much damage as it is. Twisted Fate going in with the Destiny onto the Tristana, but the damage of Draven was just too scary as it is. Twisted Fate wasn't even needed there. Of course he has his Blade of the Ruined King, which will slow you down and will heal you instead as well. It does a percentual amount of damage, which is nice to have. And he has a BF sword. Now it's going to be Lee Sin trying to dash away using a ward. Dredgeline doesn't work like that, Nautilus. It's a pity, I know, but it... Ooh, Blitzcrank, you could do an amazing grab. Oh. If he would have used his guts, it might have been awesome. Instead, they are going to lose their middle tower. A long-range grab would have been awesome, but it was just out of range. Too bad, Blitzcrank. It's going to be the middle lane getting pushed once more. The poke of blue team is too much to handle, and they're not even using the Jayce yet. Now Twisted Fate... why do I keep calling Lee Sin Twisted Fate? Now Lee Sin trying to do some damage on Twisted Fate, but Twisted Fate is just too big. He has Twin Shadows, which gives him a nice slow, which will make it easier for him to land his gold cards and his wild cards. He has his Lich Bane, which is of course an awesome item, yes, you should know, on a Twisted Fate. Tristana trying to do some damage. She still has a rocket jump, so there's no need for her to be scared. And Nautilus has a shield, baby. It's an impressive shield. As you compare the items of Twisted Fate with the items of Irelia, it is quite a joke. Irelia doesn't really have any high-end items as of yet. She bought herself a recurve bow, which gives her attack speed. She will go for the Withstand, apparently. She has bought herself a Glacial Shroud, which again, she hasn't turned yet into a, well, Frozen Heart or a nice Dredgeline there. Of course, it's easy to cast on a stunned target, but Irelia is quite tanky. Depth Charge had been used there. A nice grab there by Blitzcrank, but there's no one of his team there. Of course, Twisted... Damn it, it's Lee Sin, okay? Lee Sin is, of course, able to safeguard towards the Blitzcrank to be there when needed be. Boom goes the Sonic Blast. The Shock Blast, but it's not that strong yet, and it missed it anyway, so no point there in being it. Is it true? Draven, what are you doing? Whoop, I'm destroying inhibitor towers, Nightspectre. Yes, you are. Kennen needs to be careful there. Draven is a very big, no matter who he's fighting. He is made out of some terrible stuff, I might say. Now it's going to be... Let's call him Twisted Fate anyway, right, Lee Sin? Let's call you Twisted Fate no matter what. Is this going to be a bait by the so-called Twisted Fate? Yes, it will be. So Draven will get shut down by the right target. Now we have Blitzcrank trying to execute himself. He shouldn't have used his flash there. He was dead no matter what. No matter what. There's no wolves there. Or there are, but you missed your Sonic Wave. No matter what. It is a 10,000 gold lead for blue team, so they did manage to get the inhibitor tower on the middle lane, but Draven did die, giving a lot of gold to Tristana. So Tristana will be strong. She now also has a Blade of the Ruined King. It's fairly popular apparently. Next she will go for the Ionic Spark, so... No, wait. Is it still called the Ionic Spark? No, it's not, is it? I'm confusing items here. She's going for the Zappy Dappy attack speed. I'll know the name shortly, trust me. So I'm not too sure what red team can do as of yet, because of course the blue team has such a strong mid-game team, and they are actually pretty much nearing their end-game builds, especially Twisted Fate, especially Draven, and actually, why not? Let's say Jayce as well. He has some great items as well. He has the Mana Mune, he also has the Blade of the Ruined King, so he can do quite the amounts of poke and damage if he combines it. Of course, it is not a Muramana yet. Oh my god, Draven, that was a very nice move there. The Dredgeline didn't even have to be used there by the Nautilus, so impressive indeed. That will probably result in the first inhibitor tower of the game being destroyed by blue team. Red team needs to do something, but can they do something? Oh, guess what? Someone bought himself the Static Shift. Of course, it's Static Shift. Twisted Fate going to knock back the Draven towards his team, but his team was too far away as it was. Draven with an easy kill there. Now Twisted Fate going to turn it around as well. Gold card going straight down onto the Blitzcrank. The damage is just too huge. Now it's going to be Nautilus tanking it long enough for his team to catch up to it, but I don't think the damage will be enough. The Twin Shadows are being used. The stun is going down. Slicing Maelstrom will go down as well. Twisted Fate will probably die immediately. We'll try to turn it around, but it wasn't enough. So that's another shutdown for red team. That's especially what they need. Will be another kill for the Tristana. Gets a reset on her jump. We'll try and get the kill onto. Very nice crescent swipe there, but I think Irelia will be able to get the kill. So great play by Zhao, slowing her down with, well, not really with anything. He didn't get a slow. Sorry, I was lying. Shock Blast missing them. If it was a hit, then maybe they would have been able to do something, but then I still think that Irelia was too close by to begin with. Though great play considering they didn't lose their inhibitor, red team did, so that's good. Though the gold is still a 10,000 gold lead. It has been reduced slightly, though not as much as you would have wanted to. Then again, you can't say no to something that's not that bad. They managed to stop the inhibitor from being destroyed, which will mean they have some time left. It's going to be a shock blast. Is this going to be enough? Oh my god, it is. Indeed, he has the Muramana now, so he is able to increase his damage by quite a bit. Irelia wants to go for a kill, but you cannot catch a gated little Jayce there. That's just not going to happen. Twisted Fate using his ultimate, it is going for the Kennen instead. Kennen, of course, is quite a quick champion, so if he lands his stun and then lightning rushes away, he should be able to escape. Twisted Fate does not yet have Twin Shadows. Kennen is going to try and poke him down. One shuriken would have been a kill because it would have resulted in a stun, but now the Twin Shadows are ready to pop on Twisted Fates and is going to land the stun, however, but the wild cards will follow up shortly after. Draven getting the kill onto Blitzcrank is now going to recall, so we're going to follow the Irelia, who is getting chased by both Jayce and Zhao. Of course, one more gate will result in Irelia dying. Depth charge being used there very weirdly. Used it before the dash went down, so it had to follow her for quite a bit. But it's a killing spree for Zhao, who has a lot of health. Oh my. So they are going to probably push down the first inhibitor of this game at the 27-minute mark, which is later than I anticipated. So cheers to you, red team, though the gold lead is still increasing for blue team. Instead, they're not going for this inhibitor. Jayce wants to recall, apparently. He's going to find himself a Lee Sin there. Oh my, a very great Sonic Wave by Lee Sin, immediately followed by a Safeguard to safety. What's in the name, you might say. Draven going to use his ultimate, trying to position himself in such a way that Tristana will get hit, but it isn't the case at all. So great play by everyone, but again, the inhibitor is now down. So this will result in a Baron next for blue team. They will be able to push. Well, Blitzcrank trying to do an amazing grab there, but it didn't work. Red card going down onto the... They're going to continue pushing, aren't they, blue team? They are fully aware that they can take this tower without any negative repercussions. And that's a nice dredge line on Kennen. Kennen should use his Maelstrom right about now. Well, it's not necessary, apparently. Blitzcrank going in onto the Draven. Draven will need to flash away. Will he get away? Well, he will be able to knock back the Twisted Fate, but Twisted Fate was able to land Sonic Wave, but guess what? An auto attack by Draven will be more than enough. Zhao should turn around and do as much damage as he can and try to heal as much as he can. He did manage to get the kill onto Blitzcrank with the help of the Jayce. Jayce, of course, now the only player that has a lot of health remaining. Jayce now going to try and stop the cannon from getting close to the Draven, succeeding, I might say. Draven just being Draven and auto-attacking everyone he can see. Irelia will get the kill onto Draven with a nice equilibrium strike. At the same time, however, Jayce was able to do the same. So only the two top laners remain. Jayce has lifesteal, of course. Irelia does not, but then again, Irelia has home guard boots, so Jayce needs to be very careful because Irelia will just charge straight for him if he's not too careful. Irelia tried to do an amazing dash on a minion and then on to Jayce, but keep in mind there is a super minion and early on in the game they do quite the amounts of damage. So Jayce managed to get away. He should go top because there's a huge minion wave pushing there. Irelia, realizing this, will go top as well, though Jayce instead will try and steal red buff with the help of Twisted Fate, who, because he popped his destinies, pretty much scared red team in doing too much aggressive stuff, though they must have realized that Twisted Fate just respawned, so he should go straight for the blue buff, which he will. Red buff on Jayce, red buff on Irelia, blue buff on Jayce will result in Jayce having the advantage. Of course, item-wise, Jayce has the advantage as well, though not as big as it used to be. Irelia has been farming quite well, has been taking quite the amounts of minion kills as well, though then again, even though that Jayce is behind on minion kills, he is ahead on champion kills, which probably resulted in him having less minion kills because of it, because he's just chasing down enemies and killing them left and right. Can't really blame him for having a little bit less minion kills. It's only 4. And now he's going for it. Is he alone? Well, yes he is. So Irelia has friends coming down pretty shortly. The blast will miss, but he has continued to go for it. Is he going to turn this around? Is Kennen going to be able to stun him quick enough? Apparently so. So it will be a shutdown on the Jayce. He didn't want to do that. He got a little bit too cheeky going down into the enemy's base. It did result in Zhao being able to take the dragon, but It's only a dragon, it's not Baron. If blue team would have taken Baron at the same time, it would have been worth it. Now, not really. It's just feeding yourself to the enemy, giving a shot down to Tristana. Twisted Fate now going to try and get a kill, but then again, the entirety... Oh, never mind. We have the Nautilus as well, using his as death charges there. There's going to be a runaway by Lee Sin, safeguarding to his friends. Tristana is fairly close by, so she needs to be very careful. If she is able to get a kill, she will wreck people. Now it was Kennen that got the kill onto Draven. We will go there shortly after we see Tristana getting a kill onto the... Oh, never mind, he did manage to flash away, but so did Tristana, and it's going to be her ultimate used successfully there. So great play. Now we have Twisted Zhao. Everyone is Twisted Fate in this game, isn't it, Zhao? Well, he has a double name as well, which is why I am confused. Apparently, I think that's the reason. So, I'm not going to go back for the kill on Kennen, because Kennen is going to die rather shortly. He wanted to go for a quick kill onto the Twisted Fate, who will use Twin Shadows, but the entirety of red team is there, except for, of course, Kennen, who died. So it will result in a kill onto Zhao. Tristana needs to rocket jump immediately. She will. Twisted Fate will try to recall. Will it work? It won't. It won't because of the Dragon Rage. It was probably teleport being used and not recall. It's just that the animation looked quite the same. Nice grab there by Blitzcrank. Red team turning this around. It is still only a 10,000 gold differentiation, but it is for the best. They are now going to recall pretty much everyone on them as the home guard boots, so they are able to just go back, buy immediately, and then run straight to the Baron. They need to keep in mind that once that Twisted Fate has respawned, Destiny will be off cooldown, and that Draven is alive. He died earlier on in the game to the Kennen. So I'm not too certain if they're able to take any objectives from this. They did manage to shut down a bunch of people, but will it be enough? I don't know. The turret was destroyed. I think the turret was destroyed before, not because of minions pushing, but they had to go back to base to prevent the super minions from doing too much damage. The inhibitor has respawned by now, so that's pretty good. And then we have Blitzcrank going back to base. He has Boots of Mobility, which will make him fairly strong. He has the Edges of the Legion, which is a good item. He will try to make it into a Bulwark, which will reduce the poke damage of blue team considerably. Especially, of course, Twisted Fate's damage. We saw a little glimpse of Baron there, apparently, not too sure why. Blitzcrank going to place a ward down, preventing the enemies from getting just a safe dragon. Twisted Fate, Lee Sin is actually still out of position there, so Twisted Fate now going in onto the Kennen. Kennen flash dashing away, so he will not get caught. Actually, he didn't even use flash. His dash was more than enough. I think Twisted, nope, nobody uses flash there. There is a ward inside the Baron pit, so they need to be careful. Is this going to be an amazing grab? Well, the grab was on the jungler, but it did not prevent the smite from going down. This is going to be a lot of damage by Draven. Kennen trying to go in. Will this not be the turnaround that I was hoping it would have been? Because that was great play by Red Team just earlier on in the game, but they gave a Baron so easily to the enemies. It will result in mayhem. A grab, was that the wisest idea? Well, now that Irelia is there, it might have been. I don't know. Super minions will continue respawning because the inhibitor has been destroyed once more. They could go down for this lower turret, but instead they have more. Well, they want to go for that last Nexus turret. Almost a good grab by Blitzcrank, but I don't think it would have been enough anyway. They're trying to keep their home guard boots on, but the damage on the turret is just too much. The damage on Lee Sin is too much. Focusing the Nautilus is not the right way to go, but even then, what could he do? Nothing at all. So great play by blue team, resulting in them winning the game. They were ahead most of the time, so I can't really blame them for finishing this game off with such a huge gold lead. In the end, it was 14,000, but then again, that's what turrets do. They give you money. That's what Baron does. He gives you the monies. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. It was a great play no matter what, and I will see you next time. Whatever it is I'll do, whenever it is I will do it. Goodbye.